when we start to pray God's Word, we begin to realize in this room, you know, there really were 50,000 people last week alone who died of AIDS. You begin to realize that over the last couple of months, there was a military coup in Thailand. There was an assassination attempt on the president of Somalia that killed numerous people. There were hostages taken by militant Muslims in Banda Aceh, Indonesia. We can study the Word Sunday in and Sunday out, Wednesday night after Wednesday night after Wednesday night, even on a daily basis in our lives. But if it does not propel us to take the Word to the world, then we've missed the point.
There's a lot of misconceptions about the continent of Africa, about it just being a dangerous, dangerous place, about it being the dark continent.
I wish people would just know that it wasn't just somewhere to come and do things, but it's a place where God is alive and working and you can feel His presence.
All of those areas of the world that are less than 1% Christian. And you begin to realize this word was intended to be used in me to impact the world.
God calls us to go out and do missions, to go to the ends of the world and tell those that haven't heard about Jesus. And if no one goes, they won't hear. It's just an amazing experience to look into the kids' eyes and see it when it clicks.
Because when you come to the spiritual need, the need God first.
I'd love to even come back here or go anywhere where I believe that the Lord is preparing a harvest, where the Lord is preparing hearts, and that I can be a part of His story in South Africa or a part of what He's doing in other countries as well, even America.
You begin to realize that God is maybe a little bigger than we have given Him credit for.
We need to start seeing our world from a perspective of how would God have me be directly involved? Instead of saying, let's send others to go do the work, let's be a part of it.
I just hope that we can encourage these kids and at least tell them about Jesus.
I hope to see that they realize that they're loved by not only us, but by Christ.
You'll find a place that is open to ministry. You'll find children and adults who are open to hear the gospel. It's a place that well receives short-term mission teams and missionaries.
Those of us that have really grown up in a great home and that have received love can come and show God's love to other people.
About life after life, and I think that's what life is all about. So I think this is just good practice for life, and that when we go back, we're still on a mission for life.
A lot of what we think they need, they don't need.
All that the Ecklerns are looking for is for you to come and just love on them, to love on their kids, and to not even speak their language, it doesn't matter if you can't speak a word of Spanish, a word of Quechua, if you'll come and love on them and love on their kids, even if you don't show them any sort of affection, if you love on their kids, and they'll love you for loving on their kids.
When students get out of their comfort zone and they go to a different culture, a different place, they are changed every time. In some way, they are changed.